Hi, Edwin. How are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm doing great. All right. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you
Thank you
so
for
much
having
for
me.
joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So my name is Amber Zhang. I am the Director of Client Success and Support at In America Education. And I am the host for today. And I will do a little bit brief introduction about you and the school, and I will give you the stage to present. And also I will be the translator. So every time when you present, maybe after a while, you can make a pause and I will translate for you.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Of course，非常感谢我们大家回到我们本次展会的现场哈。然后现在呢是我们今天早上的最后一场，然后我们邀请到了就是在 New Jersey 非常顶尖的私立名校，The Pingry School，它呢是排名第一的在新泽西的一所从 K 到12年级的私立学校。当然它在 MIS 上面的排名呢也是排名就是高中部的排名呢，它是排名新泽西的第3名，所以呢还是非常非常顶尖的学校。如果大家对于这个学校有所了解的话，所以呢我们今天呢也是非常非常荣幸的邀请到了我们The Pingry School 的招生部的总监老师 Edwin Nunes。Welcome, Edwin. Thank you so much for joining us today. You can start your presentation.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for being here. We are a school, like I say, in New Jersey. I'm glad that you are here to translate for me. 我的中文没有你那么好，还可以，所以我可以我高中的时候我住在香港，然后大学的时候我是北京大学毕业的学生，所以可是那个时候我觉得我的中文比现在好得多现在没有。
我觉得你现在还是很好啊。
不是，现在没有那么多机会跟中国人说话，所以我们我不好意思，我的不是thankfully you are here to translate for me. But
I think your Chinese is perfect. We understand
so
you perfectly.
let me talk to you a little bit about Pingry. I think that Pingry is a great school. Is one of I think it's the #1 school in New Jersey right now, and it has a great reputation for academics, for providing the students with the ultimate high school experience, and a great reputation for students to graduate and go and do amazing things. I always joke that I'm always reminded about how untalented I am when I met the students. But I think to talk about what makes us different, we are a school that really believes in multi-dimension. We are not a school that specializes. There is sometimes this idea of parents nowadays really telling their kids to specialize on one thing, to be a basketball player, to be a cello player, and to do cello every day for many years so that they can go to college. And then you graduate from college and you never play cello again. We don't want that. We want you to do many things. And I think you see that at Pingry and in our students. Our students, the captain of the soccer coach is also a fantastic violin player, is also the leader of many clubs, is also the person who is doing community service and is helping others. We want the students to really value high school as a time to explore. In life, high school is really the time to figure out what you want to do and who you are. I think later in life is still possible to explore and do new things, but it's difficult.
All right, I have to have my A game because if I make mistake, you'll understand.
No. Thank you though. Thank you. 我非常感谢你帮助我。
就是我们现在了解一下 Pingry 这个学校哈，就是像刚才说的，它是在 New Jersey 排名第一的学校哈，所以学校在这个全国呢也是，特别是在 New Jersey 是非常被认可的哈。在老师说他跟学校的学生一比的时候，总是觉得自己没有什么其他的才华哈，也是证明了我们学生呢真的是非常优秀、非常有才华的。就是在 Pingry 这个学校呢，我们非常相信多方面、全方位的发展，而不是说只专注一个领域。就是比如说，我们有些学生和家长呢，他在高中的时候就把自己全部的时间都放在可能就是玩篮球、打篮球，每一天都在练篮球，或者说是这个大提琴。但是等他到了人生哈之后呢，他从来都没有玩过任何一次篮球或者弹过一次大提琴。所以我们不想要这样的，我们更加想要的是就是我们的学生呢，去真正的利用高中的这个时间去探索。就是在我们的学校中的学生，你很可能就看到了一个足球运动员，他可能呢还会弹很好的小提琴，然后呢，他是在一个学生社团呢，在就是领导这个社团，另外呢，他还兼顾着去为他的社团做一些志愿者服务。所以我们想要的，学生呢，就是我们想要帮助我们学生实现的，就是这种全方位的这种，多元化发展的学生。因为我们相信，在高中呢，学生就是应该去探索，因为你人生以后还是有很多的机会哈，但是在高中的这个时间段呢，真正的就是你要享受这个时间去，知道你对什么感兴趣，以及你是想要成为什么样的人。好，Go ahead。
对常常所有的父母问我呢，Elvin，那个方面是最重要的因为他们都非常喜欢他们的arts来，比如说上哈佛大学这样的。I think the most important aspect is, Pingry, we have a lot of applications, and everybody aspires to be as a student. And I think that one of the areas that I think is the most important is a lot of students write about themselves. They write about what they do, what they like. And it's always kind of like from that perspective. I think if I can give an advice to everybody is to also share about how do they affect other people. I think that same with like the top universities here in the US. They are not caring as much about whether or not you do cello practice every night. There's so many that do that. I think what they care is whether or not you do cello because you want to impact people or because you just want to get your resume better. And it's very easy to see when somebody just do things to make themselves look better than when you actually find a purpose on what you do to affect and improve other people. So my advice is for students to do things so that they can create a change. I think if you find that, you will be able to go into the top universities. You will be able to come to Pingry. You will be able to do amazing things in life. What is the purpose of doing things? Is it just for yourself? Is it just so that you look better, or is it actually to impact or create change?
对，我们很多家长都是问老师，就是说我怎么样才能考上哈佛大学哈？但是这样的话呢，就是我们 Pingry 教育出来的学生其实是非常非常的有优势的哈，因为其实这种美国顶尖名校，他非常不在乎你是不是每一天晚上都在弹大提琴，但是更重要的是，你为什么要去每一天晚上都是要练习这个大提琴哈？你是为了让自己的简历看起来比较好看，还是就是说你说让我自己就是有一些 就是占用自己的时间，还是说你想要通过弹提琴去影响你的社区，为别人为你的社区做一些不同做一些贡献。所以你做什么事情，你为什么去做这些事情？你试图通过这些事情想要取得什么样的成果？这样对于大学生对于大学来说才是更加重要的。因为你如果说我天天晚上都练大提琴，我很辛苦的练大提琴的话，其实世界上有来自于非常多的地方的学生他们有很多人，他们都是在做同样的事情，所以你做了什么其实并没有那么重要，你的目的，你是否能够为你的社团做出不同的做出贡献。你是否想要影响到别人，就是让别人的生活也变得更好，这些才是更加重要的。
对，我非常同意，我觉得目的是最重要的。所有的父母问我，哦，你有什么？你有多少 AP class？你的 SAT 多少？你的目的是什么？You know that do you take classes just for taking classes? Do you just take classes because people tell you to take classes, and you take physics because somebody told you it's very important? That's not very important. I think that and like I said, we're able to see that in the admissions process. We're able to see which students have a passion for the things they do, and their goal or purpose is beyond getting into college. And I think that's really powerful. Our admissions process is built to be as personal as possible. We want you to get to know Pingry. We want you to get to know our students. We have a lot of opportunities for the families. We can they can start the application, but as you start the application, you will be able to see the different steps, the checklist, like the transcript, the recommendations, your essays, which are very important. To this area, parents ask me what suggestion I have. I think that it's difficult to be a parent sometimes. I have a 2-year-old, and I'm always I have spent a lot of time telling parents that they need to worry less. They need to let their student be who they are. But obviously, once you're a parent, it's very hard to do that. You try to I want my kid to play soccer, so I'm always telling him kick the ball and things like that. But my biggest advice as you go through this checklist is to let the students be who they are. All right, don't tell them that they need to say this. Don't tell them that they need to do that. Like, I want the students to double down on who they are. If they are loud, they can be the loudest person in the room. If they are shy, they can be shy. If they are awkward, they can be awkward. It doesn't really matter. I think that what we want, the most powerful thing that you can have as an applicant is genuinity. That you're genuine, that you're not pretending to be anybody else. I think that when we see somebody that is very genuine, is very refreshing, is very powerful.
对，我们刚刚说到的就是做什么事情不重要，就是你的目的才是最重要的。就是在申请 Pingry 的这个过程之中呢，也是非常就是大家也要谨记着这一段，就是你在 Pingry， 我们想要让你了解到 Pingry 如何去申请 Pingry，就是比如说就是展现你真实的自己，就是不是说你上了这个物理，你是听别人说你一定要上这个物理，就是你就自己要去做这件事情，自己要谨记着，就是说你为什么要去做某一件事情，这个是很重要的。有很多家长他是总是在问学校提供多少 AP 课程啊，你的 SAT score 是多少呀？但是其实这些呢，就是其实是次要的更重要的是我们想要在学生在申请这个过程之中呢，就是真正的展示出自己是谁，自己的个性。就比如说你的孩子非常的 大声，然后你就让他很大声的去展现自己。如果他真的很害羞的话，他不愿意说话，你就让他去害羞，或者说是他可能就是他的幽默细胞比较奇怪，这样呢也可以展示出来。在我们申请 Pingry 这个过程之中，当你在一项一项的走的就是看他们要做什么的时候呢，更重要的是不是说要告诉你的孩子怎么去说话，怎么去表现，而是让孩子在这个过程中展示出自己，这个是学校比较看重，然后老师比较看重的。
And yeah, I mean, we want you to if possible attend our webinar. You can go to visit Pingry in our website, and you can see the tours opportunities, the webinar opportunities. You can spend a day as a student. You can attend our open houses. We want you to get to know Pingry as much as possible. As much as we want to know you, we also want you to know us really, really well, and to spend time in our open houses, to spend time in our community events. We usually invite our prospective students to join the rest of the community so that you can get to see what being a Pingry as a student and as a parent looks like. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel like this is your home, right? I went to school in China, so I fully understand how competitive and how sometimes the parents' perspective is very different than American perspective, for example. And when I applied to Beida, it was so competitive. The joke I used to say, Amber, is that I used to have hair before China, and then I went to China, I lost it all. But it's just how shinku. But
Yeah.
I think that what is very important is that you make this decision not just based on what is the end result. Everybody knows if you come to Pingry, you're going to go to a really, really good university. But that's not the purpose, right? That shouldn't be the purpose. That is just a consequence of it. I think when you make a decision, don't make a decision based on what is the end result. Make a decision based on what is the experience going to be. Those 4 years are very important. This is a time to explore for kids. This is a time for them to discover who they are. And it goes beyond going to an Ivy League school. I think that, like, if that happens, if you go to an Ivy League school, that's fantastic. But that shouldn't be the motivation about where you choose to go. If you think like that, you are thinking in the wrong way. Life is, or this decision is more impactful than just college. We're talking about life. You graduate college when you're 24, and you still have 60 more years or more to go. So, you have to think long term, not just short term.
Yeah. That's so unique to hear. We usually don't really hear this type of talk from an admission officer.
Well, that's good. That's good. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it. I'm sure our audience enjoyed too. 就是我们在整个申请过程中的时候呢，我们很想要了解你，但是呢，我们也很想让每一个家庭、每一个学生都了解 Pingry 哈。所以呢，如果你想要更加了解它，你可以去看我们的就是网站，然后你可以去看我们的参加我们的校园游览，然后甚至还可以在 Pingry 做1天的学生，去感受这个教室的氛围。然后当然呢，我们还会有这种邀请，就是想要申请 Pingry 的学生呢，参与到整个社团活动、社团的这种大事件中来哈。就是你要感受一下这个是不是你的社团哈，这样然后决定是否对你是正确的选择。但是这些呢，就是想要希望分享给大家的，就是很多中国家长哈，他在就是因为老师他去中国学习，所以呢，他在北大上学的时候，他就知道整个中国的竞争是非常激烈的，然后呢也是很辛苦的哈。他就开玩笑说，去北大之前是一头乌黑的头发哈，然后读了个北大就头发都掉没了哈，还是就是
不是开玩笑，是真的。
他说这是真的，就是北大让他头发都掉完了哈，就是说明真的是很辛苦哈。但是我们在这个抉择的过程之中，其实我们不光应该想到就是你的大学要上什么，因为所有到 Pingry 读书的学生，你的这种结果就是你会去一个非常好的学校，有非常好的大学，但是呢。学生在大学毕业的时候可能才24岁，然后你还有接下来60年的人生要走，所以呢，就是并不是说大学应该是你唯一的目的，它应该是一个你在高中期间，如果你真正的很充实的度过了4年高中，你探索自己的兴趣和爱好，你知道你想要去做什么，然后你知道你想要成为什么样的人，去一个好的大学，它是一个非常自然的结果。但是我们在做这个选择和想这个事情的时候呢，是应该有更长远的这种目标哈。对于家长来说哈，因为我们 Edmond 老师也是一个家长哈，也是一个爸爸，就是就很难在这个过程之中，就是说放手哈，但是呢，这种让学生去，就是放手，不要就是说什么都替他规划好，什么都参与来为他们做决定，这一点呢也是非常重要的。OK，
对，我同意。我觉得有的时候这样的看法，很难解决。It's very hard to assimilate. But yeah, I mean, I think that we shouldn't make the decision based on the end result. We should make the decision about what those 4 years or more look like for our kids. Something new at Pingry is we do have an early action process. So you can choose to apply early action or regular decision. There are different deadlines. And the early action is for students who know that Pingry is their first choice, very similar to college. If you know that Pingry is your home and you know that you want to, be a Pingry, and if you know that you bleed blue, then, apply early action. Why wait? And if this is the top choice for you, and you can read more about the details of this program in our website, all the different frequently asked questions. I think that something that is very important to say as well is that we truly believe, like I said, in making this process as welcoming as possible for families to know that they can contact me anytime, that they have to if they're applying to Pingry, that's great. If they're not applying to Pingry, they can send me an email too and have any questions. Sometimes parents feel like a little bit intimidated by this process, and they shouldn't be. 如果有问题的话，随便别不好意思，没有不好意思的问题你什么时候都可以给我电子邮件，给我打电话给我微信。如果有问题的话我们真的要你觉得很舒服。有的时候is a very stressful time for students, and we don't want that. I want students to have fun. This should be a fun thing, and this should be a celebration. It's not, if you come to Pingry, that's fantastic. But if you don't come to Pingry, life doesn't end there. I think that you will be able to go to a fantastic school and everything. I think, but we hope that this process is very welcoming for parents and for the kids as well.
我们上述所看的呢，就是一些比较重要的一些日期哈，然后如果你觉得 Pingry 就是你的梦校的话哈，然后如果被录取，你就非常想要去的话，然后截止日期是11月1号哈，就是如果你决定了的话呢，就是你觉得你是蓝队的人，那就不要等待，就可以尽快的申请哈，就是有很多家长呢，他在这个申请的过程之中呢，他压力非常大，然后我们老师说你不需要有很大的压力，然后如果你有任何问题的话呢，都可以随时邮件他给他打电话，这样的这个过程之中，想要让学生和家长呢，就是 享受整个过程哈，不要有那么大的压力。哪怕你跟他联系之后，你最后没有去 Pingry 哈，就是或者说是就是没有获得 offer，这样也没有关系的，因为你的生活并不是说因为这件事情就停止了哈，我们还有很多其他的学校，所以呢，就是大家在这个过程之中也不要觉得压力特别大，然后很害怕哈，然后有任何问题呢，也可以及时的就是联系。
Yeah, and just to finish, so that people have time to ask any questions and things like that. And you can, you can really do a lot of research online in our website or in pages that tell you a little bit about Pingry. But the most important thing that I wanted to mention is that that we want, yeah, I used to spend a lot of time with China and Chinese parents, and I used to tell them, 最重要的方面是你的儿子，你的女儿有什么不同 right? Like what makes them different? 他们跟别的学生有什么不一样的 And that was a very hard question, because I think a lot of parents were like, well, that's very difficult. How do we know what is different? And I tell you, I think that after many years of working in admissions, the biggest difference is not the activity itself, it's not the hobby of the student. I think the biggest difference between applicants is why do they do those activities? What is the purpose when behind doing those activities? And I think we're able to really find that during the admissions process. But is it because you just want to get to college so that you take fencing, or you just take the highest level math because you just want to get to college? Or is it because you truly love math and you want to use it to impact other people? So I think that is right now the biggest way that we differentiate students. It's not about the activities itself, it's about why do students do what they do. And like I say, it's very easy to see.
就是很多家长就是会问的问题就是，就是说评估人在寻求什么样的学生哈？就是老师说你要证明出，就是要表现出孩子的与众不同的一些点哈，但是呢，对于家长来说，其实这一点很难的，因为可能他们就觉得自己的孩子呢，就是跟其他孩子好像是非常类似的哈。但是呢，这样的就是像老师之前说的，你不光是要说你做了什么，更加呢要检测你。为什么去做那些事情？其实你的背后支撑你做一些事情的原因呢，也就是体现你与众不同的一些方面哈。所以这些事情呢，也都是非常重要的。就是关于一些其他的学校的信息哈，大家也可以自己在我们的学校的官网上查找到哈。但是其实我们学校在寻找到的学生，就是真正的就是与众不同的是什么，让我们学生成为他自己的那一些能够表述出来这样的学生。
对，然后如果有什么问题可以you can ask me any questions you want. Like I said, I didn't want to spend this presentation just talking about Pingry and what classes do we have, and because that's just a little bit of information. I think that we can do that anytime. I wanted to spend some time really touching on what we think is so important if you're considering Pingry, and to let students be students, to let kids be kids. They don't need people telling them what to do and what to focus on. I think that what I have seen, some of the most successful students I have seen are students that have pursued the passions that they really love. That's when I think high school becomes a great college, it becomes a great career, it becomes a great life. Like I said, a lot of people really care about college and university, which is very important. I mean, I went to a great university, so I'm a little bit hypocritical because I really care about that. But my point is, you graduate from college at 24, and that's like a sixth or a fifth of your life, hopefully in the future. So it's not that that impactful sometimes. And I know people have different opinions, but I think that the skills that you develop as a person, how can you adapt, what do you do new, are some of the most useful experiences and skills that you can have later in life.
就是我们老师说，比如说学校提供什么样的的课程啊，然后这些信息呢，其实都在网站上。然后如果大家有什么问题呢，其实我们也可以进行问哈。然后网站上呢也都是有这样的信息的哈。但是老师想要借用这个时间呢，真正想要跟大家分享的就是，什么对于 Pingry 来说是最重要的哈。它并不是说说我们只是想要培养学生去到了一个非常有名的大学。虽然老师他说他自己就去了一个非常有名的大学但是他真正认为的就是大学它不应该是我们选择一个高中最重要的一个目的，或者说是唯一的一个目的哈。更加应该重的是我们Pingry 想要培养出的学生，就是帮他寻找出自己最有热情的事情是什么，对吧？他在这个整个高中期间，他让他觉得最有用的经历是什么？大学它只是一个很自然的结果，真正重要的能够帮助他一生的，就是在这里有的一些体验，然后他学习到的一些有用的技能，这些对于学生来说呢，也是更加重要的一些事情。如果我们有问题的话，我们可以随时问哈。All right. Let me see.
I think I see a question about academics. I think that's a great question. Obviously, Pingry has all of them. I mean, all of them. When I say all of them, I mean it. It's like I said, Pingry is still a school that is very good in a lot of areas. Not just traditional academics, but arts and athletics, and the future of academics as well. But do we have, I don't know, a million APs? Of course, do we have like physics and chemistry? Yeah, of course we have those. Literature, and do we have dance? And yes, absolutely. Now, what I think it will be really interesting to talk about is, what do you think academics will look in 5 years from now? And whether or not schools are preparing for that. I think for Pingry, we have just bought a new campus where it's all used for experiential learning and hands-on education, and not just, and like I said, I went to school in China, so my classroom in China was one teacher, 500 students. It was and Lao Shishuo and Shueshen team. Like there was no participation as much as possible. Great teachers, though, amazing teachers. But I think the future of education is a little bit more different. It's a little bit more hands-on, developing skills. So our new campus allows for us to focus on experiential learning and scientific proof, and for students to feel in contact to what they learn, and to learn about like sustainability, and to learn about areas that I think the future of academics will gravitate to. Yeah, I mean, if you can translate that. I'm sorry if I spoke too much.
No.
说话说的很多，对不起。
You're good, you're perfectly fine. 对，有些老师看到群里有一个人在问，就是课外活动哈，就是 老师说 Pingry 有各种各样的课外活动，你能想象，他就是说有有100万课，就是你能想象到的都有。说有没有 AP class， 当然都有，对吧？就是你所能想象，就是物理、化学像这些的 AP， 它都是有的。就是因为 Pingry 它是一个非常棒的学校，所以它那种能够给学生提供的这种教育资源、教育项目，它都是会给学生提供的。但是他们学校就更加想要帮助孩子认识到，就是你为什么要去做这些事情哈。因为他以前在北京大学读书的时候，可能就是一个老师面对500个学生，就老师讲，学生听。但是其实，在 Pingry 他们就更加注重于这个学生要参与到整个学习的过程之中来。像 Pingry 他最近刚刚买了一个校区，这个校区主要的就是要建立起来去主导实践式的学习，他会给学生就是有很多科学类的实验呀，有很多可持续的发展，像这种对于以后人类的未来很有用的一些学科哈，因为他们想要给学生树立的观念就是你不应该只是去学，你要去想象5年以后学术应该是什么样子的。我们更加不应该是 follow 哈，还更要是去引领这样的感觉哈。所以呢还是非常非常的与众不同的。
And yeah, I mean, I think that obviously when parents make this decision, just to share my screen real quick, they go into pages like they go to pages like this one and they see, wow, the Pingry school, DE, A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus, Tevye, Lehigh. But I do want you to if you consider Pingry, it's not about this, all right? These are just numbers, and these are is not very important. It's about what you feel about the school. Is do you see yourself at Pingry? Do you see yourself as a family of Pingry? Do you want to be part of this tradition? It's not about then going to Harvard, or are you gonna make the best out of these 4 years? Later, when you graduate, are you gonna come back and visit and be part of the community? It's not a transaction. That's I think what I wanted to say. It's not a transaction. It's not that you get in there and get something out. Is a relationship, and that's something that is very important. And that's something that I really care about, and I want parents to think about when they consider Pingry. Is if you are thinking just in terms of transaction, then I don't think we're the best school for that. But if you actually are in love with the school like I am, this is my home. So I come here every day, and this is not just a work for me. This is, I love the kids. I know their names. I know who they are. I see them grow. So do you have that kind of approach? Then I think Pingry is an ideal school for you.
就是老师刚才给大家看了一下那个内饰上面的排名哈，就是有些人在考虑，有些家长在考虑 Pingry 这个学校的时候，就是到这个第三方的这个网站上面去看，哎呀，这个A 加呀，这个什么数字是多少啊，这个学校，哎呀，一看就觉得这个学校特别好。但是呢，老师想说这些东西呢，它其实不是最重要的，更重要的，因为我们要选择把一个孩子交给一个学校，就接下来的这几年中哈，它并不是一个交易，不是说我给你提供一些数据，你就把你的孩子交给我，它不是做生意，而是要看的就是Pingry 这个学校是否真正的适合你。对吧？就是适合你的孩子，他对于这种教育的理念，然后他教育的方式，你是否是认可？然后你和你的孩子是否能够真正的看到自己是这个社区中的一员？这些呢是最主要的。如果你真正的能够看到的话，那么 Pingry 是非常好的选择，因为它是一种 一种感情，它是一种关系，它不是一种交易哈。老师说他就觉得 Pingry 是他自己的家，每一天呢都到Pingry 来就是他爱自己的孩子，他知道每一个孩子的名字叫什么。这种师生之间的联系，这种社团精神，是非常重要的。就是绝对不是一个交易。如果你真正的对于这种比较感兴趣的话呢，这个学校呢是非常非常好的一个选择。All right. There's one question that parents are asking, how parents can learn like how the students are perform at school. Does the school provide any contact person?
Yeah, it's I mean, obviously it's very important. There's this experience is as much for students as it is for parents sometimes, and parents are really involved, and they rightly should be. So yes, I mean, there is an advisor where the parents can communicate. They obviously get the report cards. There are events where parents can come and meet the whole faculty and go table by table, not only learning their curriculum, but learning how the students are doing. But yeah, I think that that there are many opportunities. And obviously, like I was mentioning before, and I'm sorry because like sometimes, like I say, I'm hypocritical, right? I have a kid, and sometimes I look at him and he's learning how to speak, and he say one word, and I'm like, wow, he's gonna be a genius, I'm already involved, but it's hard. It's hard as a parent to let our children fly, but we do have a great communication with parents. We want to make sure they feel involved. We want to make sure they know what's happening in the school. But yeah, it's a little bit of a difficult transition for the parents too, to also allow the kids to fail, right? I mean, I think that's, somebody asked me one time, what do I wish we see more in the interviews, or what do I wish I see more in the application? I think the most important thing, or what I miss the most, is vulnerability. I wish students will, everybody wants to look good, but I wish it's sometimes refreshing when a student is like, I'm not very good at that, because I think that or if the students say that, if he say, but I'm willing to try it, I think that it shows a student who is willing to take a risk, which is important.
Wow, I'm so involved in your conversation. I forgot that I have a
no worries. No,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's yeah, I totally agree. So because it's very hard for people to show their vulnerability if they're grown and raised in a very competitive environment. They want to be good so they can get picked by the most advanced prestigious schools as well.
And I tell you, I think that a great question somebody asked me is, what is the most important thing somebody can get out of high school? What is the most important thing? And I truly believe the most important thing you can get out of high school is confidence.
Yeah.
When a kid is confident and goes into college, confident, knowing who they are, they do amazing things. And I think the best thing we can give them is confidence, to be in a community that allows them to feel confidence. And with confidence comes being okay with being vulnerable. It's perfectly fine to say, you know what? I mean, I tell you, I'm a horrible singer, I am a horrible singer. Nobody wants to see that, but still I love it. So but yeah, it's just being okay with being vulnerable, and that shows really a level of confidence that sometimes students don't have.
Yeah, thank you so much for the answer. 有些家长哈，他问艾德文老师，就是你们在面试的过程中，你最想看到的是什么样孩子的哪一个点哈？老师说，他其实最想要看到的就是I forgot to translate the question before. Okay, I translate this first. 老师说他最想要看到的就是孩子的这种柔软 对吧？你自己承认你在哪一个方面不是最强的，有很多学生在申请的过程就是说，哎呀，我擅长这个，我擅长那个，他就是一直在说自己好的方面，所以有的时候老师在阅读这个他的阅读孩子的这种成绩单，就是文书的时候，偶尔看到一个孩子就说，我其实在这个方面不是非常擅长，但是呢，我特别愿意尝试，我想要去尝试这件事情，所以这一点呢，就真正的想证明了这个孩子他对于就是他很谦虚，他对自己有很好的认识，更加是他想要去冒险去做自己让自己觉得不是很舒适的事情。所以这个在老师看来呢，他说他希望可以在我们的文书之中看到更多的真实的这种柔软性哈。所以这一点呢，也是我给老师说，可能就是我们在竞争的环境很激烈的情况下，成长出来的孩子总是想说，你看我这里也很棒，那里也很棒，但是呢，其实有的时候呢，你承认自己在哪里没有那么棒，其实也是你真正很自信的一种表现。老师说，说他觉得高中能够给一个学生带来更好的最重要的是什么？就是让学生变得非常有自信。如果你很有自信，你在未来呢是势不可挡的，对吧？就是这个自信，就是你也相信自己能够攻克很多未知的难关，更加的就是你可以认识到你自己不是在所有的方面都是最优秀的，这一点呢也是非常重要的哈。这个对，在前面呢还有家长问的一个问题，就是说我们家长如何知道孩子的这个情况哈？当然我们学校呢提供了就是我们理解到这个参与到学校中来，不光是对于孩子的一种体验哈，更加是对于家长的一种体验。所以呢，我们很注重把家长involve进来，就是有一个就是导员，他们会给家长，就家长不光可以能够拿到学生的成绩单，也可以跟这个导师进行联系，了解到孩子的状况。他们还会有就是说邀请家长到学校来见到每一个就是教职员工哈，然后他们去每个桌子了解一下这个老师是做什么的，他的课程设置是怎么样的。所以我们学校都有提供这样的机会，不会说是把家长隔离在整个学生体验之外的哈。这一点呢也是非常重要的。All right. I cover both questions, so I think.
Nice. No, you did a good job. You did a good job.
Thanks.
你的中文比我好得多啊。But guys, it's been a pleasure. You know, like I said, obviously there are so many questions that we didn't cover. But I invite everybody to check the website, to read about it, to email me, to really reach out if you have any questions. But yeah, I mean, I think that I to be very sincere, I'm the some of the most amazing students I have seen, and the ones that have gone to do amazing things after college, and is those students who do things because they truly love it, and they love it because of the impact they have in other people. So, you know, like I said, I am probably the worst parent out there, but I think it's very difficult. Parenthood is very difficult. But the most that we can do is to trust them, to be at the place where they think they're going to be able to be happy, have fun, because those two things are the most important part. I mean, I want every student to be happy. I want every student to have fun. I mean, yes, we all want to build a great life. We all want the students to do amazing things, but you know, at what cost? And two is, you know, I think if I'm a true believer, if you're happy and you find your passion, you do amazing things regardless. So thank you so much for having me. I hope that you enjoyed this, and like I said, 如果有问题的话随便啊，别不好意思。
All right, thank you so much. I'll just translate the last part, and I'll let you go and start your,
Okay.
continue your day. 就是我们老师说哈，如果有什么问题呢，就是不要犹豫，可以直接问他，不要害羞哈。然后呢，就是很多人就是很关注大学，但是呢，真正的能够被那种最好的大学的录取的学生，他们做到的就是他们真正的很享受他们的学习，他们非常的就是有目的性的去做一些事情，这些品质呢被学校展示出来，被学校看到了，然后大学就会去录取他哈，所以呢，就是我们可以就是更加注重我们孩子的培养，而不是说一直要很功利哈。所以呢，就是今天呢是非常感谢Edwin 老师跟我们做了一场非常不一样的这种分享哈，还是就是我是很 enjoy， 我相信每一个人也都很 enjoy。All right, Edwin, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, guys. And to tell you, I miss China every day. All right. I love it. I love the people. I love the food. 我最喜欢的是小笼包，小笼包我非常喜欢，蛋酥里脊、四季豆、锅包鸡丁。I love the food. It's incredible. My favorite place in China is Yunnan. I think it's the most beautiful place I ever been. No, I love Chinese culture. I love the students. I have this poster here.
Yes, we saw
It's great.
it.
It reminds me a little bit that every day in life there are mountains, there are valleys, there are ups and downs. But we're all in here in this together. But thank you so much for having me, and I hope to meet a lot of you in person soon.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll get in touch with you soon.
Thank you, Amber. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right，非常感谢大家今天呢参与到我们的这个展会中来哈。最后一场讲座是非常与众不同的哈。我们今天的展会呢就到这里结束了然后如果大家后续有什么问题的话，可以及时的再加我们的小助手继续的了解对，我知道有很多信息呢，在这个老师的讲座之中，关于学校本身的信息没有被cover 到。但是呢，如果我们想要再了解一下的，欢迎加我们的顾问老师进行询问哈。我看我们的 Cassie 老师、James 老师把我们的联系方式都放在群里面了，非常感谢大家今天的参与。我们今天晚上呢是会有最后一场对吧？所以呢，就是大家可以持续的关注我们，在群里面，我们的小助手也会发放我们的活动预报，欢迎大家继续持续关注我们 In America 然后中国这边的时间已经很晚了哈，真正非常感谢，对我们下一场讲座呢是10月份哈，所以呢我们会就是在群里面进行10月份的广告预报，所以非常感谢大家本次我们 K12展会对于我们的支持我们10月份再见，我们10月份还有非常非常强的一些学校为大家带来更精彩的讲座哈，非常感谢大家那我们今天就是第一阶段的2022年 In American 第4届 K12私立学校展会呢，先到这里暂告一个段落，我们10月份再见，谢谢大家。